Because you'll have her in handcuffs. You'll have her in handcuffs for feeding birds and you tell her that she could defuse the situation. Arrest the lady for feeding birds. You could have just tell the lady don't do that again and let her go on her business, but you'll want to arrest her for feeding birds.
I did.
Bruv.
She chose not to comply.
Bruv, that's not a reason to be arresting somebody, man. Fucking hell, man. That's not a reason for y'all to have the woman on handcuffs, man. For feeding birds. For feeding the pigeons. The lady's getting arrested for feeding the pigeons, my lady. For feeding the pigeons. It's ridiculous.
Yes.
All right. Tell the police that.
It's ridiculous.
They're arresting the lady for feeding the pigeons.
Yeah, but this is not good.
Who's the victim of that crime? He trying to tell me the council. Fucking hell with y'all, bruv. That's why I'm out here, bruv.
Did we get the
That's malice.
specific legislation that she was in breach of? Out of interest, what was the legislation?
Boy, a good thing I come out today, boy. My lady, don't worry, my lady. Let me call Mr. Prince for you because that ain't right. Yeah, record. For feeding birds. The lady getting arrested, my people, for feeding the pigeons. And people will tell me do not record. The council are making enough money already, man.
That I agree on.
The council are making enough money already, man. My brother, I just study them shit, you know. I doesn't just come out here, you know. You know how many policemen they have on rape charges? Do you know how many policemen they have on rape charges? You want me to tell you how many? There are 25 policemen on rape charges. You want me to tell you how many missing children they have in the month of December and November? They have 45 missing children in the month of November and December. Yeah, I studying this shit. I coming for you, you know.
Good.
A victimless crime. Where's the victim to this crime?
No, don't take my ID. I haven't given you my ID.
Where is the victim to this crime?
I haven't given you my ID.
Yeah, my lady, they take it in your pocket. I could see it.
You cannot do that. I haven't given you my ID. So I haven't allowed you to do that.
I want to know how you're sleeping in your bed at night, you know.
I don't want to be
I want to know how you're sleeping in your bed at night. I would really like to know that. How you're sleeping in your bed at night. How them man sleeping in the at bed at night, bruv? How them man sleeping? How them man sleeping? How them man? Y'all sleeping, Irie? Fucking hell with this shit, man. For feeding the birds. For feeding the birds, Rastafari. They arrest the lady for feeding the birds.
Essentially, she was feeding the birds. However, it's quite an interesting situation.
For feeding the birds.
Section 67.
Come on, man. Take out the handcuffs off the lady and let her go, man. Y'all can't play with me, huh? I'm the one y'all can't play with.
Now you're gonna take it.
Y'all could talk, y'all could say what y'all want.
Wait, I don't know how many.
Cannot play with me. I'm that one.
When you took my ID. When I didn't want to give you my ID.
No one checked your name at this point. I don't know who you
Let me call my lawyer for you, man.
be arrested. And you avoid all this type of time. But let me tell you,
It's in the bag.
happened before.
For feeding the birds. Oh my God, my Lord. Check officers there for one woman feeding the birds. How many? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 officers for one woman feeding birds. And somebody going to tell me this is morally and physically right. Yeah, y'all could have told the lady, don't feed the birds and just send her at her home, but y'all want to put her in handcuffs and give her a charge for feeding birds. You believe that? Do you believe that?
Yeah, but you're not allowed to make it. They make it over there. But they check it there. They check it there, right?
No, I have to check first. Because when you get to custody, you're going to be checked again.
That not right, huh? Y'all could tell me what y'all want. That not right. You see what that happening there? That not right. I want to know why I spent 1,500 feeding law books. Eh? Huh? They're arresting the lady for feeding the birds.
What? So, no, say that again. They do what?
They're arresting the lady for feeding the pigeons.
So when did it become illegal?
They say, let me see the sign they're talking about.
15 policemen for someone who
Don't worry, my lady.
give their ID.
In fact, let me see them put you in the van, man.
Guys, for you. There's
15 policemen for, yeah, I come to you. 15 policemen for a woman feeding the birds. They arrest the lady for feeding the birds, Rasta. People record that shit.
What's the crime?
Feeding the birds.
Feeding the birds and arrest them.
That's a victimless crime, bruv. They don't have no victim to this crime. But just because she was feeding the pigeons. This is not right. Morally, physically, mentally, everything about this is not right.
You were basically saying the fact that we've got her ID against the...
Oh, y'all, that's dirtiness to the fullest, bro. Yeah, watch me, officers. I'm the one they can't play with. That's dirtiness.
Say again?
For feeding the birds.
No, I don't have it on me. It's at the yard, G.
Which crime? What crime she commit?
There's no crime.
They don't have a victim. They don't have no crime, Rasta. They must have a victim to have a crime.
No, the enforcement done it. You can walk. You haven't got to give them your details.
Unless you commit a crime.
You ain't got to give your details unless you've done a crime.
What crime she commit? Feeding the birds. Who's the victim to that crime? They don't have no victim.
I hope all them pigeons flying off and shit on you.
We live around here.
You know, I love it when you...
But if you could stop shouting, because I'm struggling.
Bruv, think Gassa. Nobody can tell. Y'all cannot play with me. I'm the one y'all cannot play with.
If you could just take it down, that's all.
No, I'm not taking it down. I want my whole neighborhood to know what's happening.
So why are you touching? Why are you
Nobody can tell me nothing. I'm that one. I'm that one.
feeding the pigeons?
I'm that one. Come and put handcuffs on me. I'm that one.
Tax money's going.
You check it.
Is that where my tax money's going? Huh?
Arrest the lady for feeding the birds.
Arrest her. 10 police officers.
For feeding the birds.
Diesel in that van. Then in convert custody for 4 hours.
I want to see if they could play with me.
What? For what?
For feeding the birds. Boy, take out the handcuffs on the lady and let the lady go at her home to her children. And let her go home to her children. Feeding the birds, there ain't no crime. There ain't no crime. Let the lady go home to her children. There ain't no crime. The lady ain't commit no crime there yet. Where's the victim to that crime, my people?
I'll give him no details.
The victim I want to the crime. I see the victim yet. But they have to let her free. There ain't no crime for the woman to go and sit down in jail for feeding birds.
No, man, that's no crime.
Well, let the lady out of that van, boy. Let the lady out of that van, my people. The lady hasn't committed a crime. The lady hasn't committed a crime.
I don't agree with it. I'm telling you what they said.
I know what they say. But I know I've been studying the law.
Yeah.
You check me?
And you don't have to give me
And a
information.
crime have to have a victim. You know them people arrest the woman? Let me call Mr. Prince for the lady, man.
I'll be in the bank. Bring me a
A victimless crime. Where's the victim to the crime?
They don't know what they're doing.
I wonder if I'm not reading the law or if I buy the wrong law books. I buy the wrong ones? Well, you foolish. You foolish. If you make that statement, you're a foolish officer.
Thank you.
If you make that statement that I read in the wrong law books and you read the right one, you foolish.
Do you understand what's happened?
Yes, I understand. I was there. I have it on recording. I recorded everything. Watch it on YouTube.
So,
A victimless crime. Yes, I understand. Victimless crime. Where's the victim? Where is the victim to the crime the woman commit? Show me the victim. Fucking hell, look, y'all. She tell me I reading the wrong law books. And she reading the right one.
Hey, you need to go back to bloody law.
She tell me I reading the wrong law books and she reading the right one.
What, for feeding the pigeon?
Yes.
Look at
The other day a policeman tell me that he go to college to learn the law. But he wanted to arrest me for telling him fuck off.
Yeah, we're allowed to swear.
Freedom of speech.
Yeah.
They know the law.
Feeding the pigeon.
I wonder if they ever read the Magna rights, the rights. If they know our rights.
The Miranda rights.
No, it's Magna.
These are fucking. They're taking
I know I buy my law books to read. I know I've been reading law books for a whole month now or change.
11 police officers.
Hey,
11 police officers. 11 police officers.
To arrest one
To
woman
someone feeding pigeons.
for feeding
No,
pigeons.
not having a fight, not selling drugs.
Not
not
nothing.
stealing.
For feeding pigeons.
you know. Feeding pigeons.
and that's
you
a
know.
crime now.
And
yeah?
this officer want to tell me that I do not know the law, and she knows it.
Yeah, she don't know food.
So I know she's what Ida's called, because my channel is called The Fool Catcher. I just caught another fool.
The fool catcher.
Yeah,
On YouTube, yeah?
yeah.
Yeah.
I just caught another foolish policeman
When you uploading this?
just now.
My God, I'm gonna watch it. Is it? Come on.
The officer, the other day, officer tell me he go to college to learn the law. But he wanted to arrest me for telling him fuck off. But he cannot be the complainant on the charge.
So then what? That don't make sense then.
He cannot be the complainant on the charge.
So what's the charge then?
He wanted to arrest me for cursing him. But he cannot be the complainant.
That don't make sense.
He cannot be the complainant on a disorderly
There has
conduct
to-
charge. He cannot be the complainant on a public nuisance charge.
There has to be a victim. There has to be a victim and a perpetrator on
Here
the
comes
charge.
the biggest victim in real style.
And if there's no victim, then there's no charge.
No charge.
If there's no victim, there's no charge.
Whether victim to the crime.
Come
Hey,
on.
pick it up or you get a fine.
In this case, was it the pigeons? Get a statement from the pigeons.
Yeah, get a statement from the pigeons.
Get a statement from the pigeons, bro.
Yeah, get a statement from the pigeons.
I lie.
The,
Ask them if they want the food or not.
the pigeons were violated by the lady for feeding them.
I'm telling you.
That's the only
telling
crime.
It don't make sense, bro. It don't make sense. The pigeons were violated.
But that's what I have to say. The pigeons got violated when the woman was feeding the pigeons because I cannot see the crime here.
And it don't make sense. There is no fucking crime. The only crime is that she wasted her money because they didn't let her feed the pigeons, bro. That's it. She done it.
So why the woman feeding 2 little birds? You could tell the woman do that. You don't have to put the woman in handcuffs and put her in jail for feeding 2 little birds.
It's true.
But humanity has gone to the dirt.
Oh, it's gone to the dogs, man. It's bad. It's bad.
And we have them kind of people in uniform.
The wrong kind.
We have them kind of people in uniform that are abusing the law and misusing the law.
Ask them, because they're double parked, can't they get a ticket?
Yes, they can. I make them give the police car in the front a ticket already. You're hearing? I own them. 2026, I own them. I just caught a police woman. Yeah. They arrest the woman for feeding the birds.
Sad, isn't it?
That's sad, ain't it?
It's sad.
So now you see why my camera out.
Yeah.
Now you see why I recording.
Yeah.
Why? Now you see why I recording. Because them things not supposed to be happening to us, Rasta.
Where are you, baby? Sahara?
They arrest the woman for feeding the birds, Rasta.
You passed the police station, yeah? Yeah. Okay, you're coming up to BB. Coming up to BB, yeah? Hello? Coming up to BB. Yeah.
Why we are not getting the tickets for people that look at that, can't even possibly what they have.
Now they just have the woman sit down at the back of a car. Have her whole life uncomfortable for shit. They have the whole lady life uncomfortable for shit. The woman in handcuffs for feeding birds. For feeding birds.
Now she's gonna sit in a cell for a few hours.
For what?
She's going to go cuckoo.
For what?
Telling you.
For what?
It's bad, it's bad.
For what?
For nothing, no
Bro,
reason
for
at
nothing.
all. For nothing.
For nothing.
For feeding.
That's it, innit? For nothing.
And them man,
If anything, they should commend her for doing a good thing, bro.
and them man going to tell me that's right. And the policewoman will tell me I do not know the law.
You know what? One of the officers said, he goes, I don't agree with the laws. That's what he said to me, he goes, I don't agree with these laws. The police officer said that to me, bro. He goes, I don't
But take out the handcuffs on the woman and let the woman go, boy. Or else you're going to be blasted all over the world. That's what I do, y'all know me.
Imagine when the officer said I don't agree with it.
But let the pigeon make a complaint. For one woman. About 11 officers for one woman. Feeding the birds. And people will tell me don't record that fucking shit.
No, man, record it.
They arrest a woman for feeding the birds.
Record it. Show them what London's about, bro.
But that's what I come to do.
What London police are doing, brother. You get me?
For feeding the birds.
How everyone here is just violated every fucking day. We're just getting on with their fucking lives.
For feeding the birds.
Exactly. This sort of thing people used to do every day, bro. No one, you know, it's just scared
For
to do
feeding
it
the
anymore.
birds.
Too scared to do it anymore, bro. To do anything good. This is why no one does any good actions anymore. Because we get persecuted for doing good actions. It's bullshit. Bullshit. Fuckery.
For feeding the birds. But that's why I want people to study the law, you know. Yeah, let the woman out, man. Free the woman, man. Yeah, free the woman, man. That's what all I want y'all to do. They don't have no charge there, bruv.
Next time, be on your hide. Yeah, sorry about it.
Let the lady go.
Don't take it to your inside. Just put you on like your bed. I hope you don't have to get the
My lady. When you finish, I'll talk to you.
I can't look them. I can't ignore it in this weather.
They work for the mafia. They are the biggest mafia.
Operator.
My lady, when you finish, come and talk to me. I'll tell you what to do. I'll tell you how to beat that charge. Because there is no charge. Don't worry, I'll tell you how to beat that charge. And if you need a lawyer, I'm even sending you to one. Let the lady go. Lady, I commit no crime yet. That one tell me I do not know the law. I read in the wrong law books. Like me and my lawyer doesn't sit down and read the law together.
Yeah, but the thing is, you haven't got to give them your details. Keep on walking. Don't give them no details. You don't have to give
They arrest the lady, they arrest a woman for feeding the pigeons.
don't give them no details. You haven't got
For
to
feeding the
give them-
pigeons.
They're not police officers. Yeah, you do not give them your details.
My lady, once they give you all your things, just move by them.
Right, this guy bullied you to give up. These are enforcement, these are police officers, yeah? You have not got to give them any details. If you've done the crime, they can arrest you, but these can't do nothing. These cannot do nothing.
Bo!
He says arresting you, take you to a police station if you don't give the enforcement officers your details. What's your number? 2259. 2259, bully down to give her details. You haven't got to give them your details.
And Diamond give the woman a ticket again. They find the woman. How much is the fine, my lady? Let me have a look at that, please.
On the floor.
You think we playing with y'all? 2026, I come for y'all, you know. How much money? They give the woman a ticket for feeding the birds, Rasta. What it saying?
Well, we made you my complaint. We're made the complaint.
Can you imagine? I didn't want to give my address. They put the handcuffs.
Yes, I saw it.
They took my ID.
Let me tell you what to do. I'm going to post it on YouTube. Get a lawyer.
How much is it? How much?
I don't know. They'll tell
Yeah,
me.
check it up. How
They'll
much?
send me.
There is nothing
They'll
written.
send me a letter through the post.
How much the ticket?
No, they give no price. It don't have no price on it. It don't have no price.
No, they'll send me a letter.
My lady.
Deny it. Send it back when they send
Use that as toilet roll when you get home.
Let me tell you what to do, my lady.
Use it as toilet roll when you get
My
home.
lady,
Unbelievable.
get a lawyer. Yeah?
So the next time they're
For
gonna
the money.
arrest for
You
the
see,
people.
that's how they get us.
You haven't got
That's how they get us. Because they know we can't defend ourselves.
Actually, bro, you know what? I've just looked up.
Because what they've done is illegal.
Huh?
What they did was illegal.
No, don't worry. You could make everybody watch it. It will be on YouTube.
But I don't use social media.
It will be on YouTube. It will be on YouTube. All right? No, don't worry. They'll get the upcomings. Just believe me. Believe me. That's what I'm out here for. They'll get the upcomings.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Have a wonderful day. Have a one. Yeah. Good. Yeah.
I'm gonna go and feed the other
Yeah,
ones.
don't pay
Hopefully
the fine.
the person
It'll come
that
a
does
call
not
with
see me. The
Just have a nice day, my lady, and be safe. Yeah. Be safe. Yeah. Be safe.
Carry on feeding the pigeons.
Don't. Hey, brother.
Yeah, have a nice day. Eh?
Yeah, man.
Have a nice day.
Yeah?
Yeah, good for that. Eh?
Juggle, get out of it. Use your power, mate, for no reason at all. Go on, get out of it.
That officer that tell me I do not know the law. Eh?
Yeah.
Y'all fuckers, y'all foul fuckers.
And they give